Hi everyone, this is E. How are you? Yes, I've got a new channel name. I'm the Sneaky Gardener now, and kind of thought I'd talk about it a little bit. I'll give you guys a couple minutes to come into the room. Notifications probably went out, and there's someone in the room. I guess they left the room. you know, um, I decided to change my name, you know, more fitting to who I am. Right now I'm sneaking around gardening, and um, I should just be sitting around watching the grass grow, but I'm not too good at watching the grass grow. Or sometimes I can watch the grass grow, but I'm not that patient. But I guess I'll make this fast just in case nobody shows up. I don't know if notifications aren't going out to people or what. Oh, hi Shirley. I'm really glad you're in the room because I found some bargains today that you'd be really interested in. I went yard sailing and it's like almost 90 degrees here. And last yard sale, I was like almost passing out, had to come home. But I found sock loom at a yard sale, and at the same yard sale, I found a round loom set too for making hats, and like it's got stuffed animals. I haven't read all the directions yet, but I've been looking at these for a while, and between the two, I paid $15 for it. So, this has got $22.99 for its original price, and this one, I've seen it for about 20 bucks at the, Wally World store. So I'm kind of really thrilled to get these, and because I'm not knitting. I can make things crochet wise, but I've never made socks. And I think this is neat. I was also looking online. There's a sock making machine that you just put everything on and go like this, and it somehow makes socks. And if I ever found a bargain on one of those, I definitely would get it. And I have to figure out what kind of yarn that would feel good for socks. I'm not. You're more experienced than I am at the you know, yarn feeling good, because what you get at Wally World isn't exactly feel good yarn unless you get the baby yarn. And so I, either need your help, not now, but in the future, telling me what would be a good sock yarn, or, I have to just run around feeling yarn until I find something that feels good. But, I'm not sure if you heard the beginning how, I changed my name, and I should have, after I did Sneaky, spelt the right way, I should have put Sneak E, you know. I, yeah, but you felt, what I mean, the different yarns, how in your hat you can, feel it feels really good. But I know, socks are made of wool, and I don't know what else, you know, they're made of, because I've never really read the labels on socks. But I know men's socks, the men's dress socks are nice and fuzzy and warm. Not the summertime, like silky kind of things, but, I like to get the men's socks that are real warm, in the wintertime. And I don't know what they're made of, and I should, read the directions or read the labels, or maybe they do have labels, I'm not sure. But, I changed my name because, actually I've been the empty nester for years, but, with Jeremy gone, I really am the empty nester, but it's not really, who I want to be anymore. And, I thought about the Sneaky Gardener's Homestead, and, I don't know that I want to, share, my entire life, but I can still share things like the solar panels and things like that, being the Sneaky Gardener. And like at one of the yard sales, look at this, 50 cents. And this is a garden pruner, and I've got the paper towel because the metal makes your hands smell, but this thing is probably older than me and still working for 50 cents. So I have to get some oil and oil up the rust and get the rust off of here, and then figure out how or what to use to sharpen the blade better. You know, I'm not, I could let my son-in-law do it for me, but it'd be better, you know, if I figured it out myself. You know, it gives me something to do. And then, you know, like WD-40, I know, you know, would be good on the nuts and bolts, but to, you know, remove some of the rust, you know, I'm not sure yet, you know, what I'll do to restore this and keep it good, but I'm also going to probably paint the handle of this so I don't have this metal smell. It says, I just noticed the name change when you said it. You know, I'm glad you still know it's me, you know, but, you know, it's pretty exciting to, you know, it's kind of like, reinventing yourself, or, you know, I'm going to be more me, or the new me. Actually, the empty nester passed, you know, sorry, but, you know, I have to rebuild myself to new limits, and, it's kind of like a butterfly going into, or a caterpillar going into a cocoon and becoming a butterfly. You know, I've got my wings now, and, you know, the garden, being sneaky and doing some things has really helped, you know, to get me back to, you know, doing okay again. And, you know, I like the empty nester past, yeah. Um, you know, I'm not, you know, the empty nester anymore. So, and then my real name, you know, I really haven't shared it because I really don't like you know, being called by my real name. And everyone in real life either calls me E, or let's see, either 4 or 5 letters of my actual name, and it's like 9 letters for my actual name, and not many people in this world have that name, so it's not that it's a secret. It's just you know, I thought I'd do a guessing game sometime, and some people would probably guess my real name, and oh, let's see, instead of guessing that name, guess the actress's name. Like, back in the days, if you've watched, I don't remember if it was Hee Haw or Saturday Night Live or something like that. There was a show where there was a telephone operator, you know, and her play name is my real name, so that'll give you a clue. But her real name starts with an L, and you know, if you want to take a guess, you know, you can put her real name in the comments. That way, nobody else that don't know can cheat and think, hmm, so that's her name, you know. But I'm just being silly and trying to make this fun. But I've also been doing a lot of things trying to make it easier for me because my husband's still sick. I took down the video. It was a short, you know, one, you know, talking about him going to the hospital, but he's been running a fever the last couple of weeks, and what do you call that? Hey, hi, good to see you too, Yaki Living, and thank you. But he went to the hospital and they did blood work and a CAT scan. They can't find a reason to have the fever going, so he's got to go back to the VA doctor and get more tests figured out. It's because I took the video down, Shirley, before you heard about it, and I didn't message you and tell you about it. But what do you call that? I can't use the air conditioning right now because he'll get a blanket and a jacket out, freezing. So, you know, we've got window units, and he's, if he goes from one room to the other, you can't hold the room down, so we're just dealing with the heat right now. But as far as changing who I am or what I am, I'm still gonna be a gardener and still gonna do things like, I've got a willow tree, a weeping willow that I cloned back there, and um, I'm not gonna turn it around now, but I'm gonna take probably cuttings if I can find hardwood cuttings off of it, and maybe start it'll take years to do this, but start making a weeping willow fence, and then